Express Yourself Printing Handicap, the 70 plus handicap on today's program, over 1,300 metres. And it's been a good battle for favouritism over the last 24 hours between Kick a Goal Son and Dunbar, a pair of Peter Fernie runners. And we'll start with one of his others. I think he's got 4 in this race. And we start with Men's Club up the top here. Having his third run of the campaign, yet to beat a horse home, concerningly. He resumed under Lucy Fiore in a 66 plus at Ascot, where he was beaten 10 lengths by Rupert's Empire and immediately jumped on the truck and headed back to Kalgoorlie, where he worked hard and was attacked throughout the middle stages. There was a big speed battle on in that race last start between Magna Force and also Men's Club, and ultimately they both faded out of contention. Men's Club finished last and was beaten 8.5 lengths as a $6.50 chance. Chanel Cooper jumps aboard today, bring the weight down to 58 kilos. He's very well credentialed at Kalgoorlie, but he's yet to really hit his straps so far this time in. Kept safe in the market though, a $6.50 chance. Number 1, Men's Club. Number 2, Kick a Goal Son, a 6-year-old gelding by All-American who has been to Kalgoorlie on 8 occasions for 1 win and 4 minors, has bounced between Jason Miller's yard and Peter Fernie's yard a couple of times over the years, and he's back here now with Peter Fernie having his third run of the campaign. First up, he settled rearwards, finished rearwards when beaten 3.5 behind Son of the Boss, then stepped to 1,400 metres second up, was beaten 5 3/4 by Fast Flicker, but that margin's definitely exaggerated. The winner was putting a margin on them in the finish, Fast Flicker. 1,400 back to 1,300 metres here and back to Kalgoorlie with Lucy Fiore on, a $3.80 chance and currently holds narrow favouritism. Number 3, Magna Force, trained by Trevor Tasker. They have a Catarino rides today and takes off 3 kilos to bring the weight down to 54.5. He's now an 8-year-old Magna Force, but he has won 8 of his 12 career wins. I'll spit it out eventually. Are at the KBRC, a 4-time winner track and distance. He was responsible for that really solid speed last start in the race won by Dunbar. The first 600, in fact, 8 lengths quicker than class average, so he was entitled to fade back through the field. He's a $10 chance here today. Number 4, Gluten Free, can be a hard horse to catch, but he broke a long run of outs 2 starts ago when he won at the opening meeting in a 5-horse field. He was beaten 2 1/4 last start by Dunbar, so he needs to turn the tables on the stablemate here. Having his 5th run of the campaign, Tash Faithful riding for Peter Fernie. He's an 8-year-old here and currently in betting is a $6.50 chance. Number 5, Noble Reflection, minor gear change for Joanna Offen. Blinkers off, visors on. Lisa Staples riding here. A 7-year-old who hasn't won in over 500 days and is caught between grades. Does a lot of racing down at Esperance and is very competitive in their 70-plus races. But in the 2 runs here at Kalgoorlie, they've been fair, going to go around at a double-figure quote, $16 currently. Number 6, Prize Pursuit, trained by Dave Smith to be ridden by Lakdar Romilly, hoping for a bit more luck than what they got with Kedley's Lisaloo in the previous after she missed away. Prize Pursuit here has recently changed stables and ownership, but he's having his 7th career run at Kalgoorlie. He's won 2 of his 6 so far, but he's here today looking to turn around a 5-length defeat at the hands of Dunbar last start. The wide draw won't help. He's at $18 chance, number 6, Prize Pursuit. Number 7, Dunbar, who was favourite up until a couple of hours ago when overtaken by Kick a Goal Son. He's now on the second line of betting at $4.20. He's a last start winner. This track and this grade over the 1,200. Steps up 100 metres here today and up a kilo and a half here for Jade McNaught. Was able to get the job done over the stablemate Talk It Up. Also beat a lot of horses who are in this field. Beat Gluten Free and Men's Club and Magna Force. Noble Reflection, Prize Pursuit as well. Magic Will Rain. Kakadu was in there, so almost all of this field was in that same form reference race, and they all need to beat home Dunbar, who got them last start. Doesn't win out of turn Dunbar, but I thought from the barrier he got a good chance of going back to back, and currently $4.40. Number 8, Magic Will Rain. I thought he was an eye catcher first up, no doubt about it. He was in a 2-horse trial leading into his first up run. He got a long way back. He got to the line really powerfully by Dunbar. 1,300's obviously better for him than 1,200, but ultimately they'll get him out to 1,400 and then a mile and then those 1760s. He really seems to love them at Kalgoorlie. Barrier number 1 probably means he's 3 back the fence, so he's going to need a little bit of luck or a good ride from Keshaw Do Run, but at $8 he should be running a race. Number 9, Kakadu, the outsider or one of the outsiders of the field at 60 to 1, was beaten 5 lengths fair and square by Dunbar last start. He actually rises half a kilo here with Victoria Corva replacing Christo Sardelic. Vicky Corva no longer has a claim in the country area. Number 9, Kakadu, is going to go round at a big price again. We move now to number 10 in No More Dust, who's trained by Paul Tapper. Christy Bennett rides at 54 kilos, a get-back run-on type, has shown some level of speed in the past, but it's mainly been at Esperance as opposed to Kalgoorlie. She's had 10 starts here, No More Dust, and she's yet to fill a placing. Moving to the final runner in this field of 11, and that's Vinyl, who's first up here today. Was beaten 2 lengths in a recent trial by Ablo. Ablo obviously very impressive in the previous event here, a Heat of the Sky Racing Provincial Championship when running second behind Californication, who was super impressive. Rickie Brown's had this 5-year-old mare for the 17 starts, and she's won 4 of them, placed on 4 other occasions. Got a nice bit of point-to-point speed, but she'll probably need it here first up at 13. I think she'll be better suited at 1400, 1600 later on in the campaign, but watching for her to run home nicely in this race. Going down the market from top to bottom with fluctuations, number 1, Men's Club has hovered around the $8.50 marker all the way through betting. Number 2, Kick a Goal Son, $6.50 into $3.80, and now your favourites. A very well supported first start with Peter Fernie, third up into the campaign. A little bit of money around for Magna Force, who may well find the front here for Avocatorino. $15 the top quote, now into $11. Not a lot of love out there for Gluten Free, who's $4 out to $6. Number 5, Noble Reflections, doubled in price, $8.50, now out to $17. Number 6, Prize Pursuit, $23, a little spec into $18 here for Dave Smith and Lactar Rumley. Dunbar, my on-top selection, is a bit easy, $3.40 out to $4.60, so probably more than a bit easy, quite a soft drift here. Number 8, Magic Will Rain, hit a top price of $11, but $8.50. Number 9, Kakadu, 26 out to 61. Number 10, No More Dust, 50s out to hundreds. And number 11, Vinyl, $15 into $7.50. So an expectation there that she'll run well at her return to racing. My numbers here, late mail in race number 6, 7, 2, 4 and 8. I thought Dunbar actually got a really good chance to go back-to-back. Hasn't been something he's been able to do throughout his life. He's been a little bit of a non-winner from time to time, but he was dominant last start over Talk It Up, who's more than capable at a better grade than this. So I think the form can hold true, and hopefully Dunbar can go back-to-back. 2, Kick a Goal Son, respectful of the money, $6.50 to $3.80 is a good go in betting. 4, Gluten Free, bit of a tricky draw, but I thought that there was a spot 3 deep with cover for him to join in. And 8, Magic Will Rain, eye-catching, no doubt about it, first up, but I just get the feeling this horse might be back in a fair bit of traffic from barrier number 1 today, watching for him to hopefully get out and flash late. 7, 2, 4 and 8, it's Dunbar for me in race number 6 at Kalgoorlie. Vinyl joins the line. I think there's 3 of them already loaded. We'll send you the way of Royce Newton now for the call of the Express Yourself Printing Handicap, the second last out of Kalgoorlie.
Okay, these runners coming along well for race number 6. It's the Express Yourself Printing Handicap, Kakadu, to join the line. Good on you, Stu. Thank you. Runners coming forward well here for race number 6, third leg of the quaddie. Noble Reflection goes forward now, a $17 chance. Favouritism with Kick a Goal Son at $3.80, who will be the last one to come forward. Kick a Goal Son, Lucy Fiore in the saddle. Has won just the 1 race locally here. 4 minor placings, however, next to his name from the 8 goes. So stand by, we're set, ready to run at the 1300 for the Express Yourself Printing. Ready to go. Gates fly back, they're off racing. Now Dunbar missed the kick, Vinyl going back early on. Pushing forward it was Magna Force, together with also Men's Club, who drives through on the inside to take up the running. So Men's Club showing the way narrowly from Magna Force the outside. Then we had Magic Will Rain down on the inside third, in company with also Gluten Free, followed next of all by Noble Reflection. Prize Pursuit working forward around the outside. Then we had Vinyl with No More Dust. Kick a Goal Son only has 2 behind behind him, and they include Kakadu and the slow starter in Dunbar. So onto the side of the course, it's Men's Club showing the way, held together. Prize Pursuit going up on the outside to eyeball the leader. Then Magnaforce, he won't know himself today. He'll have to settle in third, together with the stablemate in Magic Will Rain. Then we had next of all Gluten Free, who's done additional work. Vinyl was next, together with Noble Reflection, No More Dust. Dunbar, he'll have to thread a needle from there, locked away on the fence at the tail, and Kakadu last into the straight. It's Men's Club, joined by Prize Pursuit. Now Gluten Free starts to extend. Magic Will Rain needs a split. Coming through on the inside, Dunbar, then Noble Reflection. Inside the final 100, it's Gluten Free. Vinyl bursting through. It's the little mare Vinyl, and she gets up and wins. Kick a Goal Sun second. Third, Gluten Free. Fourth was Kakadu. They were followed in by Noble Reflection. Then we had Dunbar, followed by Magnaforce. Next in at the head of the others was Men's Club, followed in by Prize Pursuit, and one of the last was Magic Will Rain. Number 11, Vinyl. She's a bonny little horse, this one. Not much of her, but at the track here, she's had all 17 starts, and she brings up win number 5 today. And she's taking care of a pretty handy field here, stepping up into open class for the first time, and she was just sitting there. The wick was lit. She was about to explode. And it was Gluten Free who just rolled off. Prize Pursuit back to the inside, and she got a dream split underneath Patrick Carberry, and Vinyl has gone on to win. Kick a Goal Sun, honest effort to finish second in the event, has made up ground. 9 got third. That was Kakadu. So Kakadu has got third for Gary Bowen and Victoria Corver at any old odds, and 4 Gluten Free will get fourth. So good go here. But Vinyl, she can be hard to spot in the run sometimes. And when she got that split, that was exciting to watch. Number 11, Vinyl, your winner for Rickie Brown and Patrick Carberry by Extravagant from Jig Time Lady, owned by Trent Brown. Also Kelly Brown, Miss S. Percadini and Al Brown. Second in was the 2, that's Kick a Goal Sun for Pete Fernie and Lucy Fiore. By All American from Our Trade Secret, owned by D. Gilbert, Mrs. S. Miller, W. Coucher, K. O'Connor. Also S. Schultz, D. Norrish, Miss S. Michelini, Mrs. B. Schultz, L. Schultz and Miss A. Schultz. Third in was the 9, that's Kakadu for Gary Bowen and Victoria Corver. By Galar from Liberty Isle, owned by Gary and Brad Bowen. And fourth in was the 4, Gluten Free for Pete Fernie and Tash Faithful. A half length by a short neck, 11-2, 9 and 4. Next up, we've got the Jody Nursery and Giftware Esperance Handicap to see us out on Mother's Day here at the KBRC. Field of 10 to go around. Emergencies not required. Number 6, Loopy's Baby, is your early favourite at $3. However, in the meantime, race 6, 11-2, 9 and 4 interim.